It'll be like, you can't cry. He'll die of this.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Okay, now I know who was doing that noise out in my hallway.
That was Jet.
It's not me. I had to
I don't think I left my Aflac book in here.
Your what?
Like a week ago. It's 1984. Did you find like a book?
I didn't see any
No.
books. No.
Okay, thank you.
Anytime I find stuff, I'll put it on the back counter, but I haven't seen anything like that, so I doubt you left it in here.
I bought them.
Mr. Thompson, you're back.
Yeah?
Heard you wanted to skip our class the other day.
That's what you heard, huh?
Just specifically our class. We're that bad.
I told y'all before
Nope.
on Monday
I wasn't here, Monday.
why I was not here.
Mr. Thompson, that
That's
counts.
irrelevant. That counts as you
That
missed.
counts.
I'll be honest, I
Oh.
felt very deeply betrayed.
In that case, I need to go update some attendance for people who, missed for baseball and soccer and.
Hey, it's not me.
Hey,
Why am I getting brought into
I didn't
this?
say I was going to be here every day.
You're standing there with
Mr.
me.
Thompson, I've never missed a day for baseball or soccer.
Okay.
Congrats.
In a textbook.
Ah,
We're gonna go pitch.
Okay, or fishing.
We had a textbook assignment. I didn't do all my character drills. I forgot to bring it. I'll take the bullet. I don't really care.
that sounds so bad.
Yeah. But I'm fine. No, well, I think it's kind of a weird thing because like last Friday when you were here, I think it's only like one person gets it because like me and Ramiro didn't have our character journals, but she doesn't get it. And somehow that came about. Yeah, I don't know. We should have done the work.
For most people, yeah.
I love it. This is does that really sound that bad?
Edith.
That was really close to my
Okay.
It's like not the actual high, but you know how like
Jacob.
Yes, sir. I'll stop.
We've made it to May and I have not killed you yet, so let's.
I was not there again.
Mr. Thompson, how many classes do we have left?
Ever again.
I don't know, but
You're a math teacher.
so I know how to count.
Yes.
You need to know how to count too.
Jacob's not a math teacher.
I'm not a math teacher.
What so he doesn't know
Oh God. Mr. Thompson, can we exempt
This
this?
is like a thing you have to do. You can't just do it.
Like if we've done all our work the whole year and been good and haven't gotten killed yet?
First off, there's a bunch of requirements.
How? But if
Second
we
of
meet-
all, I think you get disqualified if you were one of the people hoping for a bunch of snow.
What? What? There's no way that's on there. Let's be real. That can't be
You're
on there.
literally the reason we go an extra 35 minutes a day, because you.
It was worth it. I honestly enjoy being here. Like,
You don't remember saying you hope we get a bunch of snow?
yes, I do.
Thank you.
Because
That's only for this year, though.
it was.
Okay.
Next year, when do we get that answer for the
I wanted to go try my sister.
I'm waiting.
I'm gonna get all. I'm gonna get all. I'm just gonna sneak out.
Willow, Edith,
This would have saved me so much time. With the app, instead of having to log into the website.
I did give it to him.
He gave it to me this morning, and I couldn't.
He couldn't even make a sound.
I couldn't even make a sound when I was in Gov. I just figured it like in the last 30 minutes. I figured it out how to do it.
Explain, not answer, explain.
How much more reaction? And then there's
All right, guys, we need to get started here. So I don't have a lot of work.
Like 3 games.
Okay, got time to held down. I don't have a ton of stuff for you guys, but since I was not in class on Wednesday, there's a chance that there's some questions you needed some help with. So let me go ahead and talk about where you need to be by the end of class and then what I will offer to help out. So on your way in today, I gave you the semester test review, which seems a little bit early, but there's some thought behind that. So yes, you can exempt this class if you meet the requirements. If you don't remember what the requirements were for first semester, they're the same for second semester. I do have the hard copy of the school's requirements that you can come and look at later. Don't get up and do it right now, but I'll leave it on this counter if you want to come take a picture of it. But within that, we often expect you to have most, if not all, of the semester test exam review completed. It depends on how much class time we give you. So one reason I'm giving it to you early is in case you want to work ahead. Whether you plan on exempting or not, it doesn't hurt you to work ahead. But specifically now, because there's 5 of these questions, number 33, 34, 35, 36, and 37. Those 5 questions on the semester test review are similar type of skills that could show up on your quiz next class. So it makes sense that you get a few questions from your review done, and at the same time make sure that you actually know how to do those before you get quizzed on them. So part of what y'all had to do last time was look at the book assignment, and there was one skill that I did not show you in the video, so I'm going to start off with that in just a second. 15 and 16, called the Rational Zero Test. It's actually very easy to do. I will tell you up front that it's not a big part of your quiz or anything, but it's something that I don't know why y'all don't see it much in Algebra 2, but it is common on the ACT. So I need you to know that for that reason. Like the agenda says, 118 is by far the most similar to what the quiz will look like, so I think it would be a mistake not to put eyes on that again. Maybe even rework some of those questions on a separate sheet of paper and make sure that you get in the same answers that I got. And then if you need time to study for that quiz, you should have some time today, and if you don't, you can chip away and do some random semester test review questions so you have less to do later. Okay, so before I take your book questions that you may have found from last class, I think I had all of these worked out on the class website, but of course I know sometimes that doesn't work out. Also, I guess I'll leave this up for just a second. If you're not aware of the schedule at this point, if you would like a copy of it, go ahead and take a picture with your phone. Okay, and then I would like to talk about question 15 and 16 from the book assignment, and then I'll take whatever other questions you guys have. If you had others. Okay, so 15 and 16 bring up this thing called the Rational Zero Test. And again, even though this is not a big part of Monday's quiz, it is important enough that it shows up on your ACT. And honestly, if you know how to do these questions, they take about 10 seconds to work. So I would hate for you to not know how to do something on the ACT for that reason. So 15 gives us a polynomial function. And it also gives us a graph. I'll come back to the graph in just a second. But the answer to this, use the rational zero test to list off the possible rational zeros. All you have to do is you have to do plus or minus all the factors of P. I don't know why people use P and Q. And divide it by plus or minus all the factors of Q. So your next question should be, what is P and Q? P is the constant. You can think of it as 2. You don't have to keep up with the negative because we do plus or minus anyway. And Q is the leading coefficient. So the number that's being multiplied by x with the biggest exponent. So you simply take plus or minus all the factors of 2. Factors are things that divide into it evenly. And then divide it by plus or minus all the factors of Q. This is how most people in math write this. This is how it's going to look on your ACT when they ask you to do that. It's this nice, concise form. But what this is really saying is if you take any of these and divide it by any of these, so like 1 over 1, 1 over negative 1, 2 over 1, negative 2 over 1, the rest are repeated. This and this are saying the same thing, but you're welcome to leave it like this. So let me go and do question 16, and then I'll come back to what this is talking about. Why do you care to be able to do this? So 16, guys, is there something y'all need? You're confusing my brain. Okay, if I just want to know the possible rational zeros, plus or minus all the factors of p, divided by plus or minus all the factors of q. That's your answer. Now, what that represents, and I've said this verbally a few times, but I know it doesn't really sink in at first. The reason we like to ask about this in mathematics is this lists off all the possible rational zeros. So you could have irrational zeros, like things with the square root of 3, square root of 2, square root of 6. You could have imaginary zeros that have I in it. The rational zero test doesn't help you with that part. But what it will help you with is it lists out all the possible rational zeros. Notice this is a third degree, so he only has 3 zeros. I'm not saying all 4 of these are zeros. That doesn't make sense. He only has 3 zeros. But these are the ones that are possible. So the fact that 3 is not in this list means that there is 0% chance that 3 is an x-intercept. 1/2 is not in this list. There's 0% chance 1/2 is an x-intercept. But 2 is in this list, so 2 is likely to be an x-intercept. And this is where they showed you the graph. So that you could see negative 2 was a 0, and it was in the list. Negative 1 is a 0. It was in the P over Q list. 1 is a 0. It was in the P over Q list. Anything that's a rational number, if it's a 0, it should show up in this list. So likewise, this one has a ton of answers here. There's 10 different things that it's saying it could be, but you have to understand that's significantly better than having no idea. It's better than an infinite number. So same idea. 3's not in this list. There's no way 3's an x-intercept. 5's not in this list. I know that 5 is not an x-intercept. 8 is in this list. There's a good chance that 8 is an x-intercept. So I know a lot about this with about that 5 seconds of work. And they also graphed this one for you so that you could see negative 2, positive 2, and 4 are zeros. So negative 2 is right here. 2 over negative 1. Positive 2 is also right here. Positive 2 over positive 1. And 4. Positive 4 over positive 1. So there were some others that were possible that just ended up not being zeros. But anything that was a rational zero had to be in that list. So again, it's called the rational zero test, but a lot of times people just refer to it as P over Q. I don't know where the letters P and Q came from, but plus or minus all the factors of the constant P divided by plus or minus all the factors of the leading coefficient Q. And I did not have that in the worksheet, the notes, so I wanted to start off with that. Okay, so again, I'm going to take some book questions here if there's any of those that the videos were not enough help for. So if you have any book questions, let me go ahead and start off with that. I did ask that you turned in 117, 118, and 119. And since I was not here last class, I give you a little more flexibility and let you turn those in before the quiz on Monday and still get full points on those. But if you didn't turn those in last class, you should be aiming to get those turned in today. Work the 5 questions from the semester test review. Study for your 2.5 quiz. And if you feel ready to go with that, then you can do some of your semester test review, so you have to do less of that later. Okay, so what, if any, book questions can I help with that y'all tried last time?
Hi, Ashley.
Be back over here.
Okay, sounds like you may not have those ready yet, but that's what you've got to do for the rest of class, and of course I'm here to help. So whether it's book assignment, 5 questions on the semester test review I'm asking you to do, any other questions from the semester test review, I'd be happy to help with any and all of that. So you just have to let me know.
Because we did this one. Regional or Landmark? 17.
Every day for 2 months about how I love these things.
Okay, Mason, this is good. Math questions I can help with? Okay, any math questions?
Yes. How do you do this?
Well, it's not quadratic, so you can't use quadratic. Yeah, so it'll have to be factorable. So that's the difference of 2 squares. And one of those is still different than 2 squares, so we can break down more. And then when you solve that, you should end up with 4 answers. You can only use quadratic formulas if it's quadratic. This is degree is 2, this is degree 4, so you can't use quadratic. Now, once you break it down here, you can use quadratic formula on math, and that's a whole lot more work than you need to do, so I wouldn't recommend it. But it would work. Any other questions? Here's the comma. The thing that has no S is with it. So usually that's that. Remember, it's multiplied by X. C is the constant. Plus or minus all the factors of 3. That's
the way you wrote that, it looks like you're only saying plus or minus one. Really, plus or minus one, plus or minus three, plus or minus one.
Yeah.
If, that's if it's the same.
Dude, I'm not a whip this turn until other people jack it around. That sounds really dude, I've lost my touch.
So we can have.
Yeah, I got it.
I figured it out.
Okay, you don't really grasp that here, but you're, because this isn't a match.
My writing. You can write
Bisexual.
Bro,
You can write it. You can write
The thing here is if you want to have zeros, you're not actually finding zeros, you're just finding the possible. Or if you're told to use the ration. You're actually asking to find the zeros. The other thing you could do is, you could also maybe give you
Just slip your hand. Correct. Take a little what else? You read there? I'd drop one. Dude, we don't see Oh, we're really joking. You're a real one.
And if we did that, you would have to divide it out.
How does that know?
Okay. What is this? 3?
Let me write it.
3.5 versus 3. That's the point of us doing division. Take it from 30 degrees.
No, we got n squared is 1. So 1 n squared plus 5.
Why don't you do anything with the one?
You do. It's just because it's however many of those there is.
N squared.
N plus 5. 2
5
5 n plus 4 minus 5. Let's do the long bit.
At 12:15, all of you can carry through this. Taste my chicken.
No. We're at the field race.
If you have all your stuff done. And that's if you were
I pulled an all-nighter to all right. Hey, okay. Getting all moody.
You hear that?
It doesn't take 20 minutes to walk.
We're sleeping.
It takes like 10 minutes.
Dude, we need extra heavy duty boats.
Here's the cow.
Oh my God.
I have a bunch of cows.
I love that. I have the cows are bed.
I gotta watch this video on the review.
Everybody struggles. Everybody struggles. Then Julius, tell you where it's 5% hard, right? Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to.
There's like a 90 out there.
Sure.
Laughed at turkey. Turkey out there.
Did I see
Brad.
that? Yeah. I didn't know.
Brad.
I didn't know if, Ward, if that like.
They're not gonna.
The career you want to go into, or?
I can get my dad to go.
Just have his dad come there and sleep.
I don't even do that much work in that.
Okay, so we volunteer all this just
You get to volunteer during school time. When I went to high school, you wanted.
They'll find out.
we had to get into it. They only took the bus and they took the people were it's a secret something. So you don't have to do it. So
You get a little already.
I did tell mom.
I mean, the school recognizes it as a credit, but the state does not. But the state says you only need 22 credits to graduate. It says 20 credits. So that could be your 23rd or 24th.
I know. -3.
She just found rain.
100%.
okay, well I like
Because, well, we just solved 3 plus 10. It's equal to 0. Set it equal to 0. And then solve it.
Negative 2.
negatives or okay, it's right.
Why does that work?
It's a negative. It's no. It's
How would you opposite 2? Look what you did here.
No.
Opposite 2.
Negatives.
It's opposite 3. -3. Bingo.
Negative times
Bingo.
positive is negative.
Bingo, comes bingo.
I'm about to freak out.
I keep forgetting about this. It's crazy how you become less coherent the less you sleep. So yeah, I just really I can't stop shit.
Oh, no, that's new. No,
See, because there's a difference between like keeping it right and your you know what? There's a I think it's history. They made a documentary. It's like something to do with you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, Lord.
This still goes on.
This is ridiculous. This grandchild.
You know what history was history? No, just do skinwalker shit.
She has a doctor.
Aliens.
It's good enough. Yeah. I don't know.
What?
The car that I drive.
What motive? Like, what things are the sort of but it doesn't, like, I know you have that freedom to sleep however late or however long you want, but like, doesn't it get, don't you feel like exhausted once you do it for too long?
Oh yeah, I drive.
Maybe one of my worst fears is staying up to the point where I see the sun go up. Because that's my morning that I'm not really. It's easy for you. It's not easy for you. No, it's too much. Even with after 40 hours, staying up is too much.
No, it's not. Yeah, a lot of your personnel.
I'm probably not going to get this. That's what
Yeah, that's not.
like, why?
You shouldn't work like that. You do it how you want to. No, it's May the 3rd. May the 3rd with you. Oh, yeah. No, I've just been doing it. Like, I showed out Diego recently. Dude, May the 2nd with you. He's like, what the hell are you saying? May the 2nd. May the 16th with you. It gets annoying. I'll stop at the flag.
Okay.
I would love to do it every day except for okay. No, because there's already a thing, right? There's Revenge of the Six. The Sixth. Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's the fifth. Revenge of the Fifth. Yeah, because it's like the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like the sequel to the Mayor of Except it's Revenge of the Fifth. Star Wars gets two. No Star Wars gets two. What the hell would that be? It's on the I'm done to watch that Ray 19 we're doing 2003. Right, honestly, you could probably find a movie better. What is that? I need to be on. I don't watch it. Solo. I remember when I could. I can watch this all.
If you want to, we'll just get them put down. We can get something.
Why? He's like, I was just finding it.
I'm over sure.
I think I can get it.
You probably could.
Which is there.
Only dance. That's your replacement.
Two?
I bet you good and
She said this is not hard. I was gonna be going.
Dude, ignore me.
This is not what?
it was
I saw the video.
This is unit hard. This is moving. I sit in this cul-de-sac. Coolest.
You know what cul-de-sac is?
First period. First period.
I don't even care. In the board.
There's a weird
I mean, there is. Right. A cul-de-sac is.
I thought the schools get paid. I mean, it's crazy how you don't stand like that. I'll probably go on Revenues, man. He's gonna keep them. They use it like a cent every time someone uses an arm. Well, not that long, but I know.
That's way up there. I'll just scroll for 3 hours.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you
Well, when we were going
After the concert,
because the thing is, if you come on deck and it's average, and what?
I did.
No, you didn't. This is weird. No,
That's what.
Yeah, the ad revenue system. That's pretty much how they get the money.
Definitely not.
But you also get revenue from. Yeah, because it's still an advertisement.
Big ball. We got a lot of people. I don't know what we're doing.
Get
Jet
that
shit
shit
up,
up.
dude.
I don't know. I guess YouTube's just being young, so they're trying to put themselves in that line of fire too.
I said college.
Oh, eat it.
Hey, Blue 22.
That's what I said.
That's capitalism. I don't think you know, so that's capitalism. So, we live in a world, so that's where YouTube is taking money from their land. It's like they
About
take
looking
money
at
from the
SmackDown.
Big old Oh, that's right. No, we get this.
On this one. The original thing. This is the
I got anything math I can help with?
That's equal that.
Nope.
Multiply that. And then it's a negative. Remember, this is so this is now.
Wait, hold on, this is true. The instruction says. Ooh, boys, I'm gonna
Wait,
I'm gonna use it.
I don't know. I have my pass.
Hey, watch it.
The bill's ticketing my car. Can I go look?
The bill is ticketing your car.
Bill.
Mr. Bill?
Wait,
Mr.
do you have a
Bill.
pass?
Yes, I added it to my pass too.
Bro,
Oh, you're gonna get a ticket either way. What's the point of going
So
down
he'll
there?
go take it off?
I say we jump him.
Just run out there.
Can I go, please?
You can go, but you're gonna bring the ticket back with
Get
you.
it, Mark.
Okay, I'll bring it to
Tax bill, Bill.
Slash his tires.
Yes.
That was Cole Rogers who said that.
Yeah. Cole W. Rogers.
Student ID number.
You can find it.
Oh yeah, I can find it. 7203 22171.
Yeah, that's it. I can give
Lives.
you his address if you need it.
Oh no, I got it.
You want me to give you your address?
He's got it already. He's got it.
Which one seems silly?
You might as well. Whoa now. Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. Jeff, how did you do this one? Mr. Townsend,
Yes.
I'm real confused.
Is it math confused or normal confused?
Yeah, math.
Okay.
So, 4 answers.
Okay.
Yours is one enough. That is something.
This is quadratic formula. This is not quadratic.
It's time to do the
Factor it.
it's time to do the character dreams.
If it's not quadratic, the only thing you can really do is factor it.
I saw what the
Unless we get no more information.
I can do it. I mean, I can try.
Hold on, I got another question for you. It's the bottom one.
He's lost.
You know, the class video walks you through this whole thing. I didn't expect y'all to know how to do this one last week.
the ideas flow easily when you type.
Obviously.
Well, the video I told you to watch, I literally
There was a
watched it.
video?
I tried to watch it, but Seb was trying to help us.
Dude, that sub
She-
was
I
freaking
couldn't-
dialed. Yeah, she knew what was going on.
She said
She
you
was
had
making
to
fun of
finish.
Cole. It was so
No,
funny.
it's Nick Crawford.
Oh,
She was like, you are.
It was
What did
awesome.
she say?
She says,
Awesome.
you seen?
Oh yeah, she said,
No,
you
she
seen
said,
that?
do you take this class next year? She's like, you take this class?
I'm sure she did.
No, she did.
No,
She was
she
hating
did.
on him for like 10 minutes. It was awesome.
Yeah.
You should have said
Cream
Cream's
on. It's like
She was like, what other, have you passed your other ones?
Yeah, you
Passed
the
your
other
other
ones, and then Jack's like got like paint on his face.
What, Mr. Thompson, do you find my address?
No, cause I,
They kill it.
Do you find my address?
Jack's
I didn't look it up, but I'm
Ralph
sure.
says a ship.
What,
And then they look at the fire, the fire.
Oh.
Jack comes over.
Bringing his mom into this, you could take that.
Oh yeah, it's like cut the throat.
No, cause remember this.
I've met his mom before. She came to parent teacher conference.
Yeah.
Mama would come to parent teacher conference.
Kill the pig.
Did you come to parent teacher conference? Are you serious? Your dad come? Did that?
Where is this?
It
Definitely.
was awesome.
Oh, there it is. Kill the pig.
How'd you remember Amanda?
Go ahead.
Because everyone remembers
So
me.
then it's like the twins are helping Jack. Ralph is mad that the fire is in there, and so he's gonna go and call an assembly rep. And chapter 5, he calls an assembly rep. I don't think he gets mad, and he's like, we gotta do some shit. But then,
Do I need to come back?
I'll watch the video.
so it's crying, and it's almost beats. And then, water, and then, Ralph's like, you gotta some rules, and then Jack's like, fuck the rules, and then they all run away.
Could I go to my last class? Oh my God.
Yep. Just don't interrupt if they're busy.
Okay.
Remember that. And one of his guys brings your
Back off. 2 seconds.
so then the kids run out, and then the pig reading off, they're just standing there, and they're like, what the hell just happened? And then,
Oh.
and Simon's like, oh, chapter 6, it's like, the twins are on the fire.
That's all.
And then they see like a dead body on the mountain. There's a dead body.
I need your.
What was he? He was just hanging on the tree. They call Ralph, and Ralph and Piggy, and check it out, and they call him Assembly.
Okay, you guys are just under 60 minutes. If there's anything I can help with, you need to let me know.
They form Assembly, and then Jack and the guys go over to like this place and find, and they can find it, and Jack's back to like this Jared's nothing. He said about that. Well, yeah, he said it. Why is that? That's not even like, I don't listen to he says, oh yeah, it's just British slang, but it's not. I would never be able to, like you watch BBC, nobody says wizard, you know? And then, Ralph gets mad again, but then, oh yeah. Right, and then, yeah, and then like Ralph gets mad, and then in a piece or something, right? And so it's like punching his hands in the wall and some shit. And it's, yeah, he's bloody. And somebody gets slapped with something. Because Jack punches him and he slaps him. Alright, I got it.
The dude who said,
What do you need help with? There's a video online that you can look at.
Okay, let's go set up on, so you're still missing a zero. Imaginary zero. So if you're one plus I, we're guaranteed to get one minus I. One minus I. One minus I is zero. X minus that. B factor. And then should be the negative instead of minus that. You gotta multiply that part. What did we divide by? Okay, this is factors. Okay, if this is one factor, or some multi-factor, I should have it over here. To be a factor, it's divided into two. So either something that multiply together or something. Find all real solutions, so it just kind of depends on what information we give you. If we gave you a calculator, you could graph it in your calculator and look for x-intercepts. This would be no calculator. So we would have to give you a 0 or 2. So what number is this, 31? So for you to get some of these, you'd have to graph it in your calculator. But we could also just give you the graph on the quiz. So if you graph it, you'll see that you can figure out 2 of those x-intercepts. They go through nice whole numbers. And then when you divide those out, either from long division or synthetic division, it reduces it down to a quadratic. And then the 2 messy ones will come from a quadratic.
If it's plus, well, opposite means like,
No.
yes, -1 squared is 1.
Conjugate equals
Square root.
this is that. Because you gotta distribute them.
That's not even.
I think it's in the multiplication problem.
What?
That's what I just said.
Right. You divided that out so that you could find this. And now you can hopefully finish it off. Hopefully then you have to be part of it. We're gonna come in the class with those. Okay. But I'm just saying it backwards. Since it's backwards, that's not.
Gee, what the structure? It's no, he doesn't check vector.
You just stick it more.
Also put.
No, I underline this, but if I use it. That way we should merge out.
It's too late to get extra.
Yeah, if you have mistakes, then you click on those.
Done it.
This is good now for where it's talking. Yes. Bill drops. I got freaking.
How did you get into this? I swear, probably not.
I have no idea. I'm sorry. Yeah, I barely know what day it is.
I got it.
Kind of real struggle. Mr. Johnson, could you put the problems up on the board for the bookwork? Sweet, thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
You got them?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, they're so stupid. It's so hard. Like you gotta execute it.
Just a calculator that's not yours. That I might.
Oh,
No. Give me 2 seconds. I have to finish my thought. Continuity. Okay.
I don't know what I did wrong. You already found it, didn't you?
It's x. Okay, first off, write the other 0 down. Okay, that's where we've got the issue. Imaginary zeros come in conjugate pairs, but a conjugate you only switch this middle sign.
So it's a positive 1 minus 1? Or
Yeah,
minus I?
1 plus I becomes 1 minus I. So now over here, when you do x minus this, it's going to be x minus 1, and then distribute plus I.
So this needs to be plus I.
Okay, if you wanted to match up for this one, yes. And now do x minus this. You would have x minus 1 minus I. That still needs to be a minus there.
So then what's the problem?
Well, no. That's not a plus. That's not plus. To change a 0 to a factor, you do x minus.
Okay.
The only way it would change to a plus is if one of them was negative, but neither of those are negative. Okay, so now,
Now I distribute.
okay. These are fun. I like these.
They make my head hurt. See all the
Okay.
writing up.
So, why don't you multiply these two together first?
Okay.
Those are the more normal looking ones. Okay, and then leave that in parentheses and we'll deal with that later. Okay, now start multiplying those together.
quick video.
Well, yeah, I was just kind of, because I don't want to, I mean, I guess I could write it with you, but. It's multiplied to all three. That looks good, that looks good. Okay, start combining those terms. Most of that stuff should go away.
All three. And negative y gets multiplied to all three.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Okay, looks like these go away. Those add to 0. Over here. Okay, what's I squared equal to?
And this is like a
Negative
plus 1.
Okay, so if this is
I
minus a
squared
negative
equals
1.
They just
Minus
swap.
negative 1 is like a plus 1. With this plus 1 be
Oh wait,
squared
minus
plus 2.
negative 1 is plus 1, so it'd be plus 2.
There we go.
Multiply
Plus
these
2.
two together to get this. And I multiply
This is working out great.
two factors together to get that.
Now I just multiply these.
And then
Yeah, now
here's
you
the
multiply those
question.
two.
I need to distribute one more time. So
You could have just done that the
squared
first
times all
time. Jacob, was that you?
No, that was Cole. Jet, back me up on this one. Let's go. I'm getting going for everything. This is agreed.
I was gonna ask what it means at this one.
So relative extrema are like relative maxes and mins. You can have at most one less than whatever the degree is.
Okay.
So if it's a polynomial, it can only turn around once.
Mhm.
If it's a third degree, it could turn around 2 times or 1 time or no times.
You're making a mess.
So I would say n minus 1.
Thank you.
1 less than any degree. Alright, well, I'm not going to protect you from her if you keep it up, so.
Oh,
You.
looking at me?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
Are we talking about Cole's mom again?
What?
There's no way.
I mean, if you have something to say about Cole's mom, maybe his dad would be interested to know what you had to say. That's what, Kyle, right?
Yeah, make how good that is.
Do you live on Queen Ange Lace Drive?
You used to.
You used to? You
Yeah.
moved?
Huh?
When did you move?
How long ago or what year?
Like how long?
It's been a little while.
This is bluffing. Cole thinks you're bluffing.
Okay.
I've never seen that before. Wait, what? Whoa, what are we talking about? Y'all have balance. I got skew. I got 3 on that practice exercise.
Dividing by something like x plus
Boys, we're getting there. I was 79.5, like we're almost there, boys.
Almost 89 and 8.
Fuck you, Jen. I hate you. I have an 81. Like, it's kind of
33 through 36. Questions are like,
I know. My grades are getting better, boys.
okay, so.
This is the greatest I can do.
Imaginary.
2 weeks.
On both pairs.
I have
So we have
3 A's. Who is that?
2. You could change
Dude,
it
I
to
saw him do it
factors,
the other day.
like we did here.
That just seemed good feeling.
I walk by it every time.
The second pair.
Somebody that everybody
Those
does.
are the factors, like we just did here. You had imaginary zeros, so we changed the factors. You can multiply those two together, you get a quadratic. And then you divide a fourth degree by a second degree, you can always behind the second. So you would have to make it.
No. Tornado?
Imaginary zero. So I had another one.
You're cute. Why did you do that? He said to that.
Multiply the factors together.
It's asking for it.
Quadratic. And you divide that quadratic out of the original problem. And it shows the any quadratic. And then this.
Yeah, I'm on all the way down there. Oh my gosh. What? Quiz over this. Just give it a- You know, you should give it. You have 2 grand. Hold up. Dude, he's gonna die. Guess what one was listening to this morning? We brought him some food. I was trying to come and let's get inside so he can get it. Yeah, he does. You know what's happening? He was listening to Chris Bates. He was listening to Chris Bates.
I was listening to that.
He had a championship out of it if you listen to that. Are we going straight into the woods? Yeah. Special. All the plants in the check. Are you doing the tail eyes? To the bridge. Hey, why are you so rude? I never forget about it.
Okay guys, we got just a few minutes here, so let me quickly remind you so we can move on. We will have 2.5 quiz start of next class. It will look most like handout 118, so you may want to rework through that. And if you have not turned in 117, 118, and 119, make sure you finish those. And turned in